My friends, it's my great pleasure and a bit of grace in my afternoon already to chat with the very enlightened, heart of gold, warm and fuzzy, Brother Divyael Pandya, who I've known for years, and I'm on DVL's great meditation group with his beautiful partner Jeanette and all of our friends every Thursday night with Hands of Light at 8 p.m., which is wide open. And DVL, it's great to share some time with you here today. How are you doing, my friend?
Very welcome. Yes, it's good. Everything is fine. Well, I would say fine as it can be with the energy changes, Uh, yeah, it is like that. And the most important thing I think to say to everybody is that don't panic. Don't panic. You know, if like just recently, I don't know, there was this energy coming in, and for 2 days I was just running in and out of the toilet.
Yes.
And,
Okay.
and you do think that something has gone wrong. You want to go see
Yes.
a doctor or whatever. Maybe you need to take tablets, but it's not.
Okay.
The energies are doing things to your body that is never happened before.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
mm.
Did you have other symptoms aside from that?
Oh yeah,
Since you've gone there, it might as well go all the way,
I, I sleep very, very well,
Yeah.
Lou.
Yeah.
I sleep very well, but it's like sometimes you wake up in the night to go to the loo, and then and you can't get back to sleep because like
Sure.
you are a bit hyper.
Sure.
And the best thing I can say to people is that if you can't get back to sleep, go have a cup of tea, read a little paragraph or something like that,
Yeah.
or lay in bed and chant. I do that. I chant.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
my head.
Mm.
And
Toning.
and
Yeah.
don't let that monkey brains of yours jump.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's doing this. It's doing this.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and all sorts of fears come up that you think, I what is rubbish? Like for
Yeah.
instance, I'll
All
give an
right.
example.
Yes, you're taking us into the deep end of the water right at the start. Go on.
Um, I had an old 1964 MG Roadster, and I parked the car in a car park, and somebody has lifted the car and put it on the top of a scrap car that is scrapped. It's like kaput. Yeah,
Jesus, that'll get your attention.
you know what I mean. And
Right.
he was like, "Oh my God, excuse me, I want to go home. Can you get my car out?"
Yeah.
And he said, "No, there are other cars coming in to park." I said, "Never mind the other cars. I need my car down here, so I want to go home."
Yeah. Yeah.
And that woke me up. And then I thought, well, I sold the car in 1983 or 82, something like
I
that.
see. This is your dream. Okay, I'm with you now. Yeah.
All
right.
And it's like crazy dreams that you
Sure.
cannot make heads and tails out of it.
Sure.
It's like that.
Sure, man. Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's a perfect, beginning, DVL. I mean, I was just saying, so Saturn and Uranus, astrologically, we're going to have the third of three conjunctions next month in October, which is coming up fast. And Saturn is structure and authority, rules, regulations, society, all of that. And Uranus is sudden and dramatic change and rebellion and all that. So you want your freedom. The structure is fighting you. It's classic stuff there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think sometimes when people think about this new energies and the ascension program,
Right.
it's all happy, hunky-dory, great paradise, heaven on earth. It's not going to be like that.
Little wobbly for starters. Yeah.
We've been through old souls, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of birth and rebirth.
Yeah.
And we need to get rid of all the rubbish that we are holding in our system.
Yes. Yes. That's right.
And it was interesting that on the meditation group, we talk about how these energies are igniting crystals that are in our body that has been dormant, you know.
Okay. Okay.
And when this happens, the whole energy that you hold within yourself is going to get shaken up, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might end up in bed for 3 or 4 days, you know.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure.
for me, if you believe in the divine and you believe in the spiritual path that you're on, so the worst thing that can happen is that you kick the bloody bucket, you know.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
So
Sure.
what's the big deal, you know?
Sure. No, you're right. I mean, it's, everyone wants to go to heaven. Nobody wants to die is one of my favorite jokes, But I think that, like we're saying here, like my teacher Lazarus just did a blending, and you did a wonderful blending meditation there, channeling Thursday night as well, which I just put on the page today. Thank you again for that. And you're talking similarly to my lady Patricia, who I mentioned, repeatedly. That there's all this energy, like you're saying, in the DNA. 12-strand DNA, and what science has called junk is 90% of what creates our reality, and it hasn't been switched on, as you're saying. And so while that is getting switched on and turned up, and we're getting all these energies from the great central sun and all of the what Patricia calls the sun beyond suns, how the energy keeps being downloaded between different star systems, basically, and eventually reaches us here, yeah, it's definitely stirring the pot. Lazarus's meditation was a cauldron, and it was about giving up anger and fear and pain and blame, and putting that into the cauldron, and then turning that into love and bringing that back out, drinking that, and actually getting into the cauldron once it was filled with love. So, yeah, we're in the soup at this point.
And the I think. I think we spoke about this some couple of days ago, that the vision I had was that it's like a spider's web, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't make any difference how big the spider's web is.
Yeah.
Even though if the spider is not in the web itself, but is somewhere at
Yes.
the edge of the web, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And if something happens, like a fly comes to the web,
Right.
it sends a vibration to the through the web to tell the spider, oops, there's somebody or something in the web.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now, and it just comes and then do whatever it needs to do.
Sure.
What we have to visualize is that our spider's web is the flower of life. And it's huge. Yes, the flower of life is huge. And everything that is in there is connected to everything else.
Sure.
Outside of you and
Sure.
also within you.
Sure.
So if something happens, let's say I'm in the UK,
Yeah.
something happens in America, that web is going to move and send a message down to you to say
Sure.
that something has happened in this spider's web or the flower of life.
Yeah.
And so many a times, many spiritual people I come across, some days they're feeling absolutely marvelous, and all of a sudden they go downhill. You know,
Sure. Yeah.
down and think, what have you done to bring you down? And if you haven't done anything, then it's not yours.
Exactly.
See, it's not yours.
Yeah.
Sit down, meditate.
Right. Yeah. You're
Press
right.
the violet flame. Just get rid of it.
Yes. Again, thank you for your inspiring example, my friend. Bless you. Yes, I was just, I didn't do a morning prayers today because I had some other things to take care of, but I was thinking, what would I talk about? And what I'm seeing is just what you're commenting on, which is, several of other teachers I know, especially women, we're all just saying, I can't cope, can't deal with it, the worst it's ever been, don't want to get up, don't want to face anything, and like you're saying, it's actually, Aluna Joy Yaxkin is another friend and teacher, and she was defining the Mayan calendar and saying we're in this phase of we did 4 days with the crown. We did 4 days with the throat. And then the weekend was the heart. And boom, boom, boom. If there were any issues, man, they were popping, and my issues were popping like mad. I was processing all weekend long. It was powerful.
Right, right, right. It's I think it's all come down to us individual beings, isn't that?
Right.
If you have been on this path, let's say 5, 10 years, is that where do you put the divine path
Yeah.
in your life?
Right. Right.
If you got family or whatever, the divine path has to be right number one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see this. I don't see this with a lot of people.
Well, yes, they have families and jobs and things that they find very distracting and very entertaining, and the rest of us are obsessed with this like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, maybe people might say I'm a bit heartless. Is that
I don't see
again? You have to ask your own consciousness. Where do you want to be?
that.
Where do
Yeah.
you want to be in the spiritual path?
Sure. Sure.
If you want to be a spiritual person and only use it as an emergency,
Right.
every time
Right.
something goes wrong in life, oh, please help me, excuse me.
Yeah. That's a little thin after a while, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Now is you need to walk your talk.
Yes. Yes. Mastery. Yeah.
I hear many people talk.
Yeah.
I don't see them doing it,
No, I know, man. It's work. It's you gotta keep getting out of your own way. That's what I find. Yeah.
Yeah. But the wonderful thing is, there's so many sayings, simple things. Don't even need to what we call channel or anything like that.
Right. Right.
It's simple things like it's just gone out of my head.
Well, I think one that comes to my mind, DVL, is "Thy will be done." If I'm sane enough to remember that, I'm doing okay.
Yes.
That helps.
Yeah.
Or thank you, God is another good one.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't know if I might show you these are
Mala beads.
Patrick. Yeah,
Beautiful.
in India it's called Patrick.
Okay.
Patrick or something like that, and it's crystals that has been solidified in snow and becomes like this.
Wow. Beautiful. Yeah.
And it was a gift from a group of people in India when I was in India. When we did a meditation together, they were very, very grateful. And so I sit down and chant each beat,
Right.
And it doesn't take much, Lou,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just what I've been doing these last couple of days. I am that I am, because I know somebody's going to ask the question, what did you chant? Simple things.
Good. Yes.
I am that.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Sure.
To affirm yourself.
Yeah.
Affirming yourself that you are a divine being.
Yes.
A divine being. Everything you need is taken care of.
Right. Right. Well, there you go. See, that's honestly, brother, that's what I want to just acknowledge and let people know. That's what you really bring to my movie, is a deep living, breathing awareness that when you ask, it will always be given. It will always, spirit always answers. And, that you just come from such a deep and clear place of remembering and understanding and knowing, and it inspires all of us, myself included, to really, rise to that, to step up to that. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And when you talk to people, I always give me as an example, not channeled or anything like that.
Sure.
Like for instance, I'm going to Holland on Thursday.
Yeah.
And because I've not worked or not done the spiritual work abroad for 3 years.
Right.
There's anxiety.
Sure.
How
Sure.
I'm gonna, and whoever you are and how high your vibration is
Right.
going to get to you, you
Sure.
know,
Sure.
and then you come back to self again,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, you know, let
Yeah.
it go. Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Yes.
You know? If
Yes.
it was fine in the past, why shouldn't it be fine now? You know?
Exactly. Exactly. Ram Dass, you remember Ram Dass, wonderful
Yes.
teacher? Yes. He said, it's kind of like this, folks. God says, now you trust me over here. Would you trust me in this situation? How about over here?
Yeah. And if you feel a bit anxious and if you feel a bit you might not able to finish whatever your journey is, just ask.
Yes.
Just,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
I I I
Go on.
read somewhere
Yeah.
where somebody, this was years and years ago, that the archangels, when you ask for help, they have to come to you.
Sure.
They have to come
Sure.
to you
Sure.
because they are your guidance,
Sure.
they are
Sure.
your protectors.
Yep.
But you do not use them as frivolously,
No.
like,
No.
yeah, and they will come and help you.
Sure.
Always there.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. What I find is that people that I work with say, I'm asking, I'm asking, I'm asking, which is lovely. I go, okay, that's good. Are you trusting? Are you giving thanks? Are you letting it go? Are you asking and then knowing that it's done? And it's God can't fill any space if we're not letting go of that space back into God's hands. There has to be that part of it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and you know, I had this new computer,
Hmm.
and then people keep saying to me, and there's a few people have said, "Why have you not written a book?" You know?
Well, that's one way to put that sentence, I suppose. How about we would love you to write a book, TVL?
Yeah.
You know?
And then only yesterday I found out that I have voice to text on here.
Oh, great, wonderful. Yeah,
You know?
yes, that's a step in the right direction.
So I thought, okay,
Yeah,
okay, I,
yes,
we'll see what happens.
great. Well, let me know how that goes. Yeah, you know, it's. Oh, I would love to see your book. Let me put it to you that way. I would love to share that with people. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, you seen the movie The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? The book will be a bit like that.
I see. I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Good. We'll have that to look forward to. Yes. Well, um, who among us, hasn't made a mess of things, a good few times on the path to wisdom. It's just par for the course.
Yeah, the thing is, I can come out with so much good wisdom. It's because I made the right bloody mess of it
Of
before I got to.
course.
So I got nothing to do with wisdom. All the mistakes I've had, I can tell you about it.
Necessity is a mother, as we like to say. There's nothing like a little experience to season your salt properly. Absolutely. It's good. It's good. It's brilliant. Um, so let me invite you to tell people, if you would please, one more time, your own general story of awakening,
Yeah.
because it's
Well,
so it's so exciting to hear it. I have to tell you, I'm just being very very selfish over here. Go on.
I was born in Singapore in a Hindu family, and even when you are young, well, I won't say the age, but when I was young, um, I was into this Beatles and rock and roll and things like that. So your life goes that way, and
Sure.
then my father sent me here to England, and then it became quite a tough life.
Hmm.
And and as I said,
You were in boarding school or military boarding school or
it was a school for telecommunications. It was a private school
okay.
that my father paid for, and
Right.
that's
Right.
where I came to study.
Yeah.
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 Uh, but as time went past, I still had this feeling of helping people. And I
Yeah.
was still also had fear of God, that
Okay.
I
Okay.
had to be nice to people.
Right.
I didn't know about health and fire and brimstone and things like that
Ah.
till I became a Jehovah's Witness for 13 years.
Oh, I didn't hear that chapter. Okay, that's exciting.
And I thought, oh dear. And it was such a,
You took the full. You took the full tour. You took the complete tour, my friend.
yeah.
Yes.
But
Okay.
if you look on the good side, it showed me how the Bible worked, how the
Right.
Bible is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't know nothing about the Bible, you see.
Sure. Sure.
And so eventually, after 13 years, I left. And then I started to uh, go out more with friends who are all clubbers and drinkers.
Right. Right.
And then it came to a point where that wasn't happy as well. I got where uh, I went out and came back more depressed.
Right.
Until one day I met a lady on a badminton court
Okay.
who talked about energies and things like that. So what she was saying was very much like my mother used to talk about,
Okay. Okay.
chakras and things like that.
Right.
Uh, so I started communicating with her, and and then it slowly start opening up more. It was a bit difficult because in being an electronic engineer, I knew the physical world, but I didn't know anything about the spirit world.
Okay.
So I stopped for a little while, for I think about 14 months, to go back into the physical world.
Right.
But it became more and more depressive for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And then so I started to go into the spiritual world,
Right.
which it took me 3 years of trying to break away from the physicality more
Yeah.
and trying to be on my own,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Um, so and that started, and then because I was still at the university, I started taking meditation groups for students and also people I met on as friends, and they came,
Yeah.
and at one point I ran 4 meditation groups per
Well.
week,
Well.
after work as well. And it just drove me bloody mad because I was
Yeah.
running all over the place.
Sure.
Uh, and the thing was, it was when I spoke about, let's say if I was trying to start a business, it didn't work. But when I spoke about spirituality, somebody would say, well, why don't you come somewhere here to open up a group? I said, well, if you can get 8 to 10 people, I'll come. And within a month, they got 10 people or 12 people waiting for me. And
Right.
it was so easy. It was so easy what was happening.
Yeah.
Uh,
A subtle hint from the universe.
yeah.
Yes.
You know, and
Good. Good.
and then eventually, before my father died, he did say to me that go to India before anything happens to you. Go and see India.
Mm.
So I went to India, and by then I been doing meditation groups for about 7 years, 8 years by then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Brilliant.
so I went to see my sister there. Actually, not such spiritual journey. It wasn't a spiritual. I just went to see my sister.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, and then this man, my sister, my niece introduced me to this man. And this man said, come on, I'll take you to a temple
Mm.
called Ganeshpuri.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there, everything happened. They opened up my Kundalini uh, on my side, and Ganesh was walking with me. At one point, I thought an Indian guy was in this rubber suit. You know what I mean? But it
Right.
wasn't.
Right.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I said to this friend who took me there, I said, can you see Ganesh walking with us?
Mm.
He said, I cannot see, but I can feel some energy coming
Wow.
from there.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
So,
That
and
was your before and after moment. Sorry. Go on. Yeah.
yeah, and then at the end, we went to a bhajan where there was a lot of singing and things. But there was a lot of things happened there.
Right. Right.
Uh, and I was very emotional. And then when everybody left the room, my friend said to me, "Go and stand in front of the statue, a golden statue of a Guru Nityananda, you know,
Okay. All right.
and he was there. All this light started coming out of his statue, and different colors, blues and pinks and lilac. And then I emotionally broke down, you know.
Yeah.
And just before I closed my eyes, uh, um, a little flame, like a golden flame, like a candle, you know, when you light a candle,
Yeah.
came out of this statue and went into my heart,
Wow.
you know, and I just completely broke down then,
Yeah.
you see.
Wow. Beautiful.
And I stood there. I didn't know, you know,
Yeah.
I just stood there, and then I felt a hand on my shoulder. This man was saying, "We must go home now." So I was stood there like 3 o'clock, 3:30,
Mm.
and it was 7 o'clock in the evening
Wow.
when I felt this hand.
Right.
You know,
Right.
all those hours
Right.
I was just stood there like there was a time warp. I
Yes.
just didn't
Sure.
do nothing, you know.
Amazing. Amazing.
And I came back, and people wanted to know about my experience, and this is when I told them about what happened. Then they gave me this.
Oh,
You
very
see?
good. Okay.
Um,
Perfect. Perfect.
and I didn't know what to do with that energy,
Right.
Lou,
Right.
you know. What do I do with this, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was a year later when I went to Mount Shasta,
Right.
and I saw this wonderful man that was stood in the field outside, and said, if anybody wants to receive this Christ consciousness, come, you know. And this lady went to him first, and he just hugged her, and she just went backwards and onto the floor, you know.
Yeah.
And as soon as he did that, I knew this is what I can do,
Wow.
you know.
Wow.
So I walked to him and
Right.
generally in my head, you
Right.
better be bloody good, you know,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
Ganesh, I had Shiva, I had
Yeah.
Krishna, all
Yeah. Yeah.
visiting
And
me.
the whole team. Yeah.
Yeah. And he hugged me 20 seconds and I was on the floor, you
Right.
know.
Right.
And then a voice came in, and I knew then it was Sananda who came in, and that says, you can do this,
Wow.
you know.
Wow, man. Beautiful.
Which
Beautiful.
confused me more because I had all the Indian deities, and all of a sudden, what I confused me a little bit, you know. Then I was very fortunate that I still had, by then I still had 2 groups I was running. So I
Okay.
came home and practiced on them. You
Good.
know.
Good. Nice.
Boom,
Yeah.
they were out.
Yeah. 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 Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So this is what I do now, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's gone deeper now. The new energies, the way they are, they're getting deeper into your sacred heart to
Okay.
open up that consciousness, open up that Christ consciousness, you know,
Yeah.
the three flame that is within
Yeah.
your heart.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is now.
Well, we all need that, brother. Believe me. I raised my hand. We all need a dose of that every day. Bless you. Fantastic.
We were thinking, me and Jeanette, that maybe next year I like to take a group of people to a nice warm country and do like a long weekend holiday doing very intense meditation
Sure.
and activation work, you know.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
so it'll be like a holiday and also like a spiritual work, you know. It's like that.
Sure. Well, I as soon as I can travel again, which you know it's been a while, I'll come straight over and get my zap from you if I can. That would be a delight. That'd be a joy.
But you got that a little bit of it when we were in Vienna, didn't we? When we first met.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Absolutely. And you know, again, DVL, your the groups that you do every Thursday night, you know, are so powerful and loving and supportive, and they're quite intimate. You know, we tell a lot of people, and you know, very few people really get what's available. You know, in that group. So it's been kind of cozy so far. That can always change.
Yeah, it's you know, it's like the yin and the yang. I sit down and I give and then I also sit back and saying, what have I given? And because you need to see self, that what you are
Mm-hmm.
capable of doing and what
Mm-hmm.
you're doing for others.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and recently we had this young couple who came in from Holland.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
they especially the lady,
Yeah.
his girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
has had huge changes
Beautiful.
in 2 weeks, two
Wow.
weeks or 3 weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
Uh,
Amazing.
so yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and healing. It's not only consciousness work,
Right.
but also healing the system, the body.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Good. Good. Well, I'm going to tell you this now. I've recorded every session with you that I've been on, and I've gone through my phone now last week or a week or two ago and pulled all your stuff off of it. So I have all your channelings now. I want to send it to you, so you have that to look forward to.
okay.
Sure.
Um,
And see that maybe this is the divine timing, DVL, because as you're talking about voice to text, maybe that's how that can all get transcribed pretty easily.
right. The wonderful thing is that when we start the meditation, I
Right.
don't prepare nothing. We
Yes.
stop and then we close our eyes and then go for it.
Yeah.
Um, and then allow these beings guidance to
Yes.
say whatever needs to be said.
Sure.
Um, and actually, how it for me, I'll tell you a secret, is
Yeah. Go
that
on.
how it works with me is that when we are talking within the group, the that energy of the talk between the group creates like a thread of meditation,
Sure. Sure.
and then it just goes into and then it comes out. It's like
Sure.
that.
Yeah. Oh, I believe that. Absolutely. I mean, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. When I was doing more groups, it would always be like that as well. I would have people pass out the angel cards, and then each pick an angel card, and they would show us what it was, and they'd tell me what it might mean, and I'd tell them what it might mean, and this kind of thing. And that would, start to stir the soup a little bit. Start to get the healing. The heart's open and the vibe raised, this kind of thing. So it was fun. We froze up. Yeah, you back?
You just
Yeah. So just talking about handing out angel cards and interpreting the cards with people, and then that would start to get their intuition open, and then we channel after that.
I I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, I I was listening to somebody was talking. I can't remember who it was. The wonderful lady who used to do these angel cards, Dorian Virtue. You know,
Yes. Yes, I
and
do. I know Doreen's story.
yeah,
Yes, fun.
yeah. She doesn't do that anymore, does she? She's gone into this Christ consciousness.
Here's
Uh,
here's my here's my Doreen card for today. New beginnings. Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Yes, she's
uh,
taking a hard right turn. DVL, in fairness, is the yeah. You know.
I don't know if it needs to be like that, because
Of course not.
we
Sure.
are we are multi beings.
Sure. Sure.
You don't have to give anything and you don't have to bring anything new.
Right.
Everything is just there, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Uh, um,
I have some
but
lovely
anyway,
friends. Sorry, go on.
no. All I was going to say is that we got it there. We have it there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All I want to share is that I have lovely friends here in Bandon, Ireland, who do the Jesus meeting, and I've gone the previous 2 Sundays, and they're just great, but it's only and always and exclusively and nobody else, and I'm like, I'm not in that club, guys, but I thank you for your love and your support.
Yeah. I have opened up my box. I'm free now.
Yes. But and of course I mean, I had one of my best friends, DVL. I lived with him for several years in LA. Reginald, beautiful black brother. He grew up in the JWs, and he would tell me some stories about that. And I've met other people here, you know, and yeah, it's you know, we go to extremes to find balance, is the way my guides put it.
Right.
And again, you know, you and I know, because we've been in these other clubs, how precious our freedom is, and how lucky we are to have as much freedom as we have, and how little. It's part of why I'm not in the States. You know, the States is still quite fanatical about all these things, you know, in different circles. You know, you can find new age people, and you can find, you know, dogmatic people on the other side. And, you know, so it's nice not to have to deal with some of that intense energy, which I rarely ever have found since I left the States, honestly, myself.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I do believe that, you know, all these 2 or 3 years, because of this COVID thing that has, uh, you know, caused a lot of shakeup. In these 3 years, I feel that we have been integrated with such powerful energies. If you could only trust self
Yeah.
and trust the beings are looking after you, it is amazing how much light we can put out there,
Yes.
you know?
Yes, I agree. Patricia says the same thing, my friend. I absolutely agree. Yeah. Yeah. We.
I think I mentioned it in the group a few times that, you know, I see chemtrails up there, and I just go outside and call my team in, because I don't know the group that anybody's listening. You have a team of nearly 200 beings of light, masters waiting
Oh,
behind you. You know,
oh,
ask them to
okay.
come through and
Okay.
clear this and put this rubbish energy into the violet flame and into the divine energy to
Right.
be transformed. You
Yeah.
know, and I know also I have a dragon that works with me, and I
Great.
ask the dragon, "Come on, boys,
Yeah.
time to work." That's it. That's all you have to do. Come on, boys, time to work. You know, and it is amazing. And then if you look within half an hour, you can't see the chemtrails.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, thank you. It's great to have that level of clarity, my friend, and to be able to share these wonderful messages with people. I hadn't heard the 200 beings of light figure before. Yeah, you know, we're like we said earlier before we got started here. You know, this is an intense time of awakening, healing, and growth is the way my guides describe it. And the growth fun part is, like you're saying, is learning, you know, that we can use our power wisely and well, and that we have this power, and it's here so that the good men and women of the world, you know, can know that we're safe, loved, and supported, and look after our loved ones, and take care of Mother Earth, and you know, help to turn the Earth back into the Garden of Eden that it was always destined to be.
Yeah. And I would say to your listeners, you know, if they want to come and join this meditation group, they
Yeah,
are very welcome to join, you know,
absolutely. Yes.
as long as they don't abuse the group or the energy in there, you know. Um, because in the Zoom room, it's very easy to switch people off, isn't it?
Yes, we've been very lucky. We have usually lovely people in your groups and my groups. They're shy, gentle, demure people that need a little encouragement. Usually, I find, rather than something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Great. Well, I will definitely put the link here. Do you want to, as we're winding down towards the end of this wonderful session, would you like to channel a closing for us, or a little guided meditation?
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that all
we
right?
do. We
Okay.
do little
Okay, man.
meditation. Huh?
Thank you. Might as well. Perfect segue. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
As you take a deep breath and also ground yourself, every in breath, the roots grow longer and longer into Mother Earth. And while this is happening, there's also a divine light a divine light from the creator of all that is, that you are connecting to, and a light that comes from the universe and enters your crown chakra. And it goes all the way down your spine and touching Mother Earth. And Mother Earth sends her energy too, to you. And both the Father Sky energy and the Mother Earth energy connects together in your sacred heart. Breathe in as you breathe in this light, and it expands and expands. And as it expands, you invite your team to come and makes a circle around you. They are your guidance, your protection, masters of wisdom and masters of creativity. Ask them to connect with you more and more. And of course, you have to make time for them. And as you also invite the angels of the violet flame, we ask these wonderful beings of light to cleanse you, to blaze the violet flame through you, internally and externally, cleansing all your chakra systems. Transmuting, releasing that has been not good for your highest good. Release it into the light. Release it into the violet flame. I release. And let these wonderful angels take these heavy energies of you and send it into the divine light to be transformed into positive, joyful energies. Visualizing that these wonderful energies coming back on Mother Earth in the form of little petals of light, all the different colors that you can imagine, showering back here on Earth onto you, your family, friends. And as these flowers drop upon you, you might see them, you might even smell them, or you might even feel. And the deeper you breathe, the more intense the energy becomes. And take a few moments now and just be. A question you could ask your wonderful spirit guides is that, what does spirit want me to know in this moment of time? And all you have to do is be in the moment of now and receive this answer. And as you send your gratitude and your love to your beings of light that are always, always with you, thanking them for being here. And when you are ready, take a breath, take a breath, come back to where you are and open your eyes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Woo! Yeah, baby. Thank you. What a joy. What a delight. Brilliant. Thank you, my brother. God bless you.
All
Pleasure.
right. We, well, I will not be here on Thursday, even though I will be in Holland on time. But there's so much going on, so I will not. But obviously, if Shamila is going to take this week, and then you are going to take next week,
We'll
perfect.
see. We'll see if you pop up. You might surprise us. You're welcome. You're welcome. It's your own group. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Great. Great. Well, you have a beautiful trip, my friend, my dear brother, and they're blessed to have you. And we look forward to many exciting stories on your return. And we'll give thanks for this wonderful session here today, DBL. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Lou. Thank you. See
Okay.
you soon.
You're welcome. Peace,
Bye-bye.
peace,
Bye-bye.
peace. Bye for
Bye-bye.
now.